Okay guys, this is going to be a general kind of quick update of what we've been doing for the last little bit. That's the garden over there. So this is where I cut them trees. The one that fell on me, it was up in that pile right there. It kind of grew back up. My chickens have been around it. They've been in there digging around. We cleaned some of it. I'm fixing to show you that too. Trying to clean up a little bit more over here. This can kind of give you a little bit of an overview. And then also been making this little gap a little wider, where my cousin comes through and cuts my grass for me with his zero steer. So it used to be only about just big enough for a zero steer to come through there. He can go through there about 3 or 4 times now and cut. So, but I've been cleaning all this up. This used to come, you can kind of see where the brown is and kind of where the grass just starts. Or you can kind of see right here, the edge of the grass, that had actually weeds hanging over it. But all out there where you see there's that dirt, that was all brush. And I'm fixing to show you some of it. But anyway, all of this, and we started cleaning that up. I'm not going to take all of that out just yet because it kind of hides what's going on. I mean, I know that's bad, but the anytime we live in there, I'm trying to hide my garden a little bit anyway. So, but I am wanting to clear up more over here. But anyway, this is a pile of what we took out. I mean, this is not near about all of it because underneath there is a wood chipper. Basically, it's just a shredder. I'm going to uncover it. And I just got it covered up because it's supposed to rain today and maybe tomorrow too. But anyway, the big stuff you feed in this hole right here. And then in the top, I can open up a little bit for you. It's got like a hopper that you can put the smaller stuff in. And it's got hammer blades and it's got 2 shredder blades. It's got 8 hammers that look like serrated triangle blades that spin around. And they chop all the fine stuff up. And this is some of the stuff that comes out of it. I'm going to get you kind of close up on the ground of what we kind of missed. That's a piece of it right there. But you can see it. It's down on the ground, all these little shreds. Anyway, normally I'll put the tarp down, and you can see it probably all over the tarp. I set the tarp on top of it. Then I bring it back to my compost pile, because I'm trying to make more of them. As a general update, the squash is actually starting to make. And that's one of the things I wanted to show y'all is these squash blooms, and you can actually eat them too. Now a lot of these will fall off of the plant. Some of them are males and they don't have any squash on them. I can kind of show you a couple of those. All right, there's a bug that we're gonna get rid of. I'm gonna try to get him in focus if I can on that plant right there. I don't know if y'all can see him or not. It's hard for me to see him. But anyway, he's crawling down that plant. I'm gonna get rid of him. He's a stink bug sucker. But these, a lot of times when you see them like this, where they just open, that's a male bloom. I'll show you what, this is a female bloom. Because if it's a female, it'll have a squash attached to it. I got better pictures of them. I'm going to try to show you one better somewhere else. Okay, here we go. These are bigger ones, and you can see the blooms on them a little bit easier. The whole pile of them down here. That's the females. You see they still got the bloom on, but they got a squash. So if you got a plant, it's just a big old bloom, that's a male. Well, you need the males to make the females. You won't make males without females. I mean, you won't make the female plants. Here's another one, it's got another stink bug on it. Let's knock that bloom off, and I think that might have been a squash actually. Trying to get rid of him. But a lot of these, some of these are females. This one right here, that one's gonna make a squash. So I just knocked one off that was going to be a squash also. But when they get big enough, they'll lose that little bloom. But that bloom is still edible. And I think I got one somewhere around here. I'm sorry, people. This one I'll be cutting tomorrow. But anyway, you can see this one. It doesn't have its bloom anymore. It's come off and it's capped over on the end. But it's still real green. This is actually pretty young to cut, but I have some people that like them young. Like I said, that's a little bitty one. Female right there. It's starting to grow. So, but I want to show y'all these. These are pea plants right here. Bugs eating the leaves a little bit, but they hadn't started producing peas yet, but they are producing blooms. You can see them up in there. And I kind of left this corn, just kind of cut it off a little bit so they'd have something to run up. But this is another squash plant. It's got a whole bunch of I'll try to get the leaves back, and you can see how many squash are down there. It's not quite ready yet. These are some we just put out. I'll just walk down the road. Actually, you can see this one, even though as little as it is, it's trying to make some squash. So, and I got some more big ones over there. Let's see if I can step over these rows, and I'll bring in and let you see these. But they kind of run, these are all out in the middle, but they kind of run, they'll run roots out of all this viney stuff down here. They'll make more roots. That's the actual base of the plant right here. That's where the plant was planted in the ground. But it's falling over, and it'll make roots off of all of this. That one wasn't gonna hang on anyway. I barely bumped it and it fell off. That happens sometimes. But that one you can see kind of the same thing. That's the main plant. And now it's over here. It puts down a whole lot of roots. You can see this was roots right here that it was putting down to the ground. I can throw dirt over it and it'll make those roots will do okay. One reason I'm trying to make compost, that's just a corn cob I stumped. But this is more mustard greens, and that's okra. Oh, sorry, that's squash. I'm fixing to show you though, okay, that's what I got on my mind. This is still more squash down here. But this is 2 of the okra plants that we just put out. So they'll come in a little bit later. They'll make this year though. But this is a bigger plant, and I was just going to show you. I don't know how well you can see, but that's all the little okra. And then you can probably see that bloom. There's 2 blooms over there and a whole bunch of more okra. So they're doing really good. I got some more that's got okra on it right here. Now this one's got a caterpillar in it. Got actually 2 caterpillars in it. And now they're fixing to go by the wayside. Feed them to the chickens in a few minutes. But here's some more okra right here. Whole bunch of little pods, and you see the blooms. There's a bunch more pods over here on this one if I can get the camera around there, and you see the other bloom. And a whole bunch of pods right there. Whole bunch more pods there, and another bloom. And a lot up in here. And these are the smaller plants, and they're even starting to make a bunch of pods. Like I said, I just kind of want to make a general one. I am going to walk back here and throw these. These are the beets. You can see the base of the little trenches is where I planted the beets, and I just put some compost over the top of them, because I just don't have as much as I'd like to have right now. So I have to kind of put it where the plants are, and it's better than nothing. It's better for me to put over all the plants a little bit, and over a couple of plants there's a bunch of stuff I'm gonna cut. All this green, actually I've been letting this grow up because I'm gonna cut all this green from a compost pile. But that's corn. That's actually gonna be field corn for my chickens to eat. These deeper holes, and then these little trenches are gonna have peas put in them. I don't know how well you can see those little trenches in between them, but I'm gonna plant peas in there, but I gotta let the corn come up first. And then over here, this is all sunflowers. I'll show you. It goes a little ways, but all that back there is sunflowers. That's the compost pile. I just flipped it. I need to be somewhere else, but I have to do all this first before I can go, and I forgot that I had to flip my compost piles today. I got chickens flipping some of them. I'll show you that real quick. So I got more across the road too on the other side, but let's see if these chickens are hungry or not. If they're hungry, these won't last long. Yep, they're gone. That laughing one got them. She got them both. They fell together. So, but this, you can see her over there. You'll probably see her kicking a little bit, but she's in one of the compost piles. I pile that back up every night, and they knock it back down every day. This is another one. They can't get to this one yet, but this is one that I'll be putting more green in. It had too much brown in it, and that's why it didn't completely decompose, and that's why I'm waiting on that green for to cut. And these chickens has actually got another one on the other end of their thing. It's a lot smaller one, and I need to make it bigger. I don't know if y'all can hear this fence popping or not, but if you hear that snapping sound, that's actually that electric fence popping. It's actually hitting the ground. So them chickens get in it. They know they got in it. But this is the other compost pile, and they got it scattered everywhere too. But anyway, like I said, I repiled it up. But this is the one I just turned. This one should compost a little bit quicker. It was right here where you can see all the small wood chips remaining. But anyway, I just started this one. I'll try to get on video for y'all, me turning it and adding some more to it. I still need to add a little bit more to this one, but like I said, it's doing fairly good. It's only just got made this past weekend, which today I think today is Thursday. Jeez, might be Wednesday. I'd have to look and see. I'm sorry, guys. My days, I don't really have a reason to keep up with what day of the week it is. I'm more worried about when it's going to rain or not than anything else. But as I said, all this tall grass right here, it'll be gone in the next couple of days, and it'll be in the compost pile. That's what this is doing right now. It's just growing. But like I said, I got my little lawnmower right over there, calling it a bush hog. But anyway, yeah, he'll cut that no problem at all. It's amazing what that thing will cut. But yeah, I'll cut all that up, and it chops it up really good. And I might cut some of it up with the weed eater, depending on if it's chopping it too much. I may cut it with the weed eater instead. Sometimes it chops it up so finely that it compacts too much and don't get air in it as well. There's a bunch of corn. We're gonna run this through that wood chipper, and it'll chip it all up nicely. And this is just some of what I pull out of the garden. I just throw it over here, and it goes in with the rest of the green. Now, two things I'm gonna tell you about. I learned a little bit, and I'm trying to keep this grass right here actually in my garden as a ground cover. I don't know if it's a perennial, I don't know if it's an annual, I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I'm trying to keep this low ground cover because it's below all my plants, to keep water, as much rain as we get, and they actually say raindrops compact my soil. I already got compacted clay soil, so I don't need any extra help. But this little stuff here and wood chips or different things will actually make it to where the rain hits that instead of the soil and keeps it from compacting it lower. Plus the roots help keep it broke up. Just so y'all can, for a reference, I'm just gonna let y'all see the stalk on this okra. Now, my hand is not super big, but I am gonna put my hand, let's see, I think I can get my hand over here. Get my hand in there. But yeah, it's wide as, put my hand on top of it, and you see it's about as wide as 3 of my fingers. That thing's at least 2.5 inches across. Diameter wise, I can't even reach around it. I mean, that's how big around it is right there. It's that big around. That's huge. so it does have the capability of growing over here. The reason I'm growing more on this side of the road, I don't have water, but man, as much rain as we've had, that's been my problem. On the other side, made a video not too long ago of the other side. Well, it was just walking in water. So basically this side is doing real good because I have the ability to water it with some rain barrels that are over here. I'll show them to you. They kind of grown up too. I got to cut more over here, but that's okay. Like I said, I need to make a lot of compost stuff, and I've been trying to work more on the garden and less on this stuff. But as I said, I need a whole lot of compost. So there's 2 barrels right back there that have water in them. It's a little electric pump. I'll show you up on top. And it's grown up a little bit, but there's a battery right here. And there's a little electric pump, and there's a switch on it. And I just have to put the hose down in it, and I can pump water out of it. And then I got this big rain barrel. Well, it's not really a rain barrel, it's an IBC tote that I'm using to catch rainwater. But that's was empty, but you can see it's about 3/4 of the way full now. I've gotten some water out of it. You can actually see the line a little, well, maybe you can see the water line where it was. But anyway, I've gotten a little bit of water, about 1 inch of water out of that thing, which is probably about 10 or 15 gallons. I have another water barrel back here too. I got a big pump. And actually that ravine over there holds a good bit of water. So, don't know There's a big old spider down in there too, but I'm not going to talk over the barrel. It'll echo too bad, but I don't know if y'all can see the big spider or not down there. I'm going to try to zoom in on him for y'all. Big old water spider. But anyway, this one, like I said, it's got water in it too. It's not even half full though. I'm going to zoom back out to close to 1.1 right now. All right, guys, I'm going to end this one here. Like I said, my butter beans and my peas are on the other side. I got to pick some of them, but I'll try to get those maybe in a different recording for y'all. But like I said, for right now, I just wanted to show y'all the squash and the blooms, and like I said, how the little blooms are on the end of the squash. If they're a female, that's what it is. It'll make a squash. If it's a male plant, it won't make a squash or male bloom on the plant. So that actually the plant makes male and female blossoms, flowers. And then, like I said, they pollinate, and then the females will make a squash. All right, well, like I said, we'll see y'all in the next one. Thank y'all for watching.